Conan, a 1-year-old retriever mix, was so sick and skinny when our humane agents brought him to the APL that he could not even stand. He was filthy and covered in his own waste. He had sores on his feet and pressure sores, also known as bed sores, on his ankles and hips. Our amazing veterinary team went right to work to give this poor dog the fighting chance he needed to survive.
We set him up and we thought, maybe we're just keeping him comfortable. We made sure he was warm and fed, but he couldn't even lift his head and he couldn't move his body. And there was no one thing to just fix him. It wasn't like he needed a shot of this or a shot of that. He was either going to be in it for the long haul, for this long road to recovery, or if he wasn't up for it, he wasn't going to make it. So, that evening he was made comfortable, and the next morning he still was Conan, and he had this sparkle. And even though he couldn't lift his head, he would keep his eyes on you and watch what you were doing. And when you talked to him, you could tell his eyes would brighten up just ever so much. His little tail under the blanket would thump. That was the only thing that seemed to have any strength, was his tail.
Our team assessed Conan's needs and learned that on top of everything else, he was suffering from a tick-borne disease called anaplasma and life-threatening anemia. Conan was likely only days away from death. But lucky for him, his rescue came right in the nick of time.
Hi, sweetie. Oh, hello. I know. You want a snack? Look at that.
We immediately started Conan on fluids and antibiotics. It took a village to care for Conan. Every member of our veterinary and animal care team played a role in his care. Conan was hand-fed every meal until he could lift his head on his own. Since he couldn't walk on his own, our caring team would shift his body regularly so that his sores could heal. They also took him on sunshine sits, carrying him outside to a grassy patch where he could enjoy some fresh air.
Who's that good boy? Who's that good dog? There he is. Is that your friend?
I bet I have one for you. Oh my gosh.
This compassionate, attentive care continued every day for a week. Finally, Conan slowly began moving on his own.
Who just got out of their kennel all by themselves? Did you? Oh my gosh, you did. Hi, baby. Oh my goodness. What a good boy. Oh, thank you. Oh my gosh.
There was a joyful celebration when he shifted to a standing position for the very first time.
Hi, Conan. Are those your foster brothers?
When Conan had gained enough weight for our team to feel sure that he could finish his healing journey in foster care, he was sent to the loving home of experienced foster volunteer Vladimir. He had 2 other foster dogs in his home and was willing to add Conan and give him the fresh start he needed. Vladimir fell so in love with Conan that he became a proud member of the APL's Foster Fail Club, which truly is not a failure at all. As soon as Conan was medically cleared, Vladimir adopted him.
Conan is a special case, and I was interested in fostering him because of his history of severe neglect. He's a very sweet dog when it comes to me, and just watches me with those big eyes, and of course asks for treats. All this energy and all this activity that he has shown gave me so much satisfaction and joy that I decided to adopt him.
Thanks to a sparkle in his eyes, a weak wag of his tail, his will to live, and with the dedicated care and support of our staff and foster team, Conan survived and will live the rest of his life as the happy, healthy puppy he was always meant to be.